James Nage, Jack Turner and Stuart Albon not setting times as well.
Yeah, again, James has a gap on the grid in the earlier race as well, unfortunately. So this time we've got a gap, row 3, so that'll be 9th on the grid
Row
there.
3, Russell Taylor.
Oh, that's a shame. Russell hoping to do some roads this year as well. Right, we've got a green flag at the back, which is, I don't think Claire's waving it, it's just holding it in the air and it's doing all the waving by itself. Here we go then, ready to go. We hook up. Who's going to get the start there? Mr. Cran's away well, not quite as well as Will Howard there. Down the inside at the start there.
Looks like Steve Costin's there in third place, Keith, as well. But it's Will Howard who takes the running. I can see that Brian Mayer's there in 6th place behind Mitch Ducran. Kev Lilly's there in 8th place, but coming under pressure now from Del Dowds for that 8th position. So it's number 19 and 333 machine, but it's Will Howard who does lead the way round Druids ahead of that's Ronnie Harris and then Steve Costin. But up the inside of Brian Mayer goes Mitch Ducran. That promotes him up into 5th place ahead of the 115. Then it's Jack Noble, the first of the rookie mini twins, in 7th overall. But everybody through safely on the first half of this opening lap, Keith.
That's impressive stuff there from Jack Noble, the rookie mini twin rider, of course. Obviously, this is maybe not his first time out, but certainly is with us on this particular track. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on in the year, because we're going to a whole variety of tracks, starting at Alton Park in a few weeks' time. To be 7th in this sort of company is a very good start. It looks like he's giving Mitch Ducran a hard time. In fact, he's having a good look at Mitch Ducran, a very good look at Mitch Ducran. I'll tell you what, for a rookie to do that to Mitch this early in the race, that's very impressive indeed. Mitch fights straight back. These guys are arguing over 6th place. Meanwhile, out in front, what have we got there? We've got a
change of 2nd place.
That's Steve Costin, and that is, of course, on Ronnie Harris. Now, this is good news for Will Howarth. What he wants is those two behind to start beating each other up, and that'll give him a bit of an opportunity to hopefully escape. Certainly Ronnie Harris is not going to take 3rd place lying down. He fights straight back as 3rd. He can't find a gap there. And then in the meantime, Howarth is looking to lead away. Slightly different lines to the pair of them. Well, Harris on the slightly higher line. Looks like he loses initially. In fact, he might have lost all the way around, because Costin seems to have got slightly better drive. Costin is almost in a position to slightly slipstream the leader as they come across the line to complete the 2nd lap. And Kev Lilly going past on Mitch Ducran as well, as he chases after that rookie Jack Noble, the impressive rookie Jack. I was going to say that Will Howarth's lap records might be safe for a little while, but I'll tell you what, I might have to look at them in just a moment, mate. Fastest man on the track, though, look at that. It is Steve Costin, a 52.340. Del Dowds fans, well, they're all in here in the office at the moment, aren't they? But he's in 10th place at the moment as he chases on hard after the leaders. Down the hill, the pack come. But yeah, Jack Noble, mate, very impressive stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. At the moment, as you said, they're fighting with Kev Lilly. And of course, Kev Lilly, I think he was right there in his race-winning contention a few years ago here, wasn't he? Was Kev Lilly?
No, Kev was on the podium here the last couple of years, I think, at the start. He seems to come out of the blocks firing. You've got to do a 51.2 to get the lap record in the rookies here, so Noble's a little further away from that at the moment. But having said that, the main class aren't doing those sorts of time. Ronnie Harris with a 51.9 is now the fastest lap out there. 51.8.
Up at Druids, change of the race leaders. Ronnie Harris gets the better drive out of Paddock Hill Bend and retakes the race lead away from Will Howard. Steve Costin is right there as well, ready to pounce when the time comes. But it's Ronnie Harris, number 660, who leads the way from the 96 and the 33. Then a bit of a gap back to, that's Bill Harris, number 141. Brian Mayer back up in the 5th place ahead of the first of the rookies. That's Jack Noble, Kev Lilly, Mitch Ducran, and then it's Brandon Wibley and Del Downs rounding out the top 10 overall. Rob Bryant, 3rd of the rookie mini twins in 11.
It's a good effort from all 3 of those rookies actually to be that close to the sharp end. To be fair, there's quite a few names that we've been seeing for quite a few years now. Some of the rookies from last year, of course, and some people have been around the paddock for quite a while. 51.276 with an empty track there to Ronnie Harris as he opens up the gap at the front, 2.4 of a second. There puts him another 0.3 ahead of Costin there in 3rd. Bill Harris still doing a good job there. And again, he's somebody who crashed 3 bikes yesterday, so he's probably still feeling the pain, and maybe his machine's not 100% yet. Noble still doing a good job. Fastest personal best for him with a 52.858. Still a bit of a way to go to get the lap record, but these are far from lap record conditions with this wind, as the young man was telling us before. It's quite chilly out there as well, and those clouds are not giving the sun any chance of getting heat in the track either. I think we did see some good heat in the track that was helping earlier, didn't we, Bradley?
Yeah, we certainly did there, and it shows in the times there, as he said, it was a 51.2 from Ronnie Harris on that previous lap. And it went and pulled it out another 1/10 of a second in that first split as well over Will Howard, but he's brought it back in the second split because Will Howard goes purple in that second sector. and puts in a 51.408, which is the fastest lap of the race for him. A personal best with a 51.4 compared with Ronnie Harris. So they're quite evenly matched, but Will Howard just drags in the leader ever so slightly.
Yeah, it did look for a while there like Ronnie was escaping faster than a teenage girl from Epstein Island, but I think it looks like Howard is trying to get his clutches back into him. So we'll wait and see if he can find those last few tenths of a second that he needs to close the gap back. There's a back marker, might help him. In fact, it does help him just a little bit, only by a bike length or so. But look at this. These two have now dropped Costin. I think Costin got mixed up with the back marker only slightly, but those fractions of a second count for everything. Howard now in a reasonably good place to pick up a bit of a toe. Not close enough to pass, I don't think, even for someone of his talent, but he's certainly right in the mix there. The gap was 0.4 of a second last time. It's down to 0.15 this time as they go charging down through Paddock Hill Bend. Behind them there's no changes, but just say Jack Noble in 6th place. Definitely looking for Rookie of the Day. I think we'll be giving him the award before the year is out, that's for sure, if he decides to show up at some of our later races. On to the back straight we go. Harris from Howard. Howard's trying to get his frame behind that screen as best that he can. And we come racing up towards Surtees once again as we move the doorstop out the way.
Race leaders up towards the far end of the circuit yet again, as you said there, Keith. They're coming around Clearways and Clark Curve now. One tail ender has just been put behind them now. They've got another one on the approach towards Paddock Hill Bend, but it is Ronnie Harris who still leads over Will Howarth, and this will be 3 laps to go now. So 7 laps complete, 3 to go, and it's a gap of just shy of a quarter of a second between your leading two. As you said, the gap between Will Howarth and Steve Costin looks to have opened up ever so slightly. Steve Costin just getting a little bit caught out by the tail enders, but that does give Will Howarth a little bit of breathing room should he need it. They're through Graham Hill Bend now, and using all of the track and a bit of the rumble strip with Will Howarth is really pressing on now into the closing stages of this race.
Yeah, I have to say it's remarkably consistent. Egginton had a good lap there, past 2 people there to vault himself up a couple of little places there. Here we come towards the start-finish line. Will know he's running out of time here at some point. Here, another back marker to play with as well. Howard's going to have a look at Paddock this time. Is he? Oh, the back marker's in the way, and that's worked very nicely indeed. I think for Mr. Harris, he's gained an advantage of half a dozen or so bike lengths. So unfortunately, Will chose to go the wrong way. There's just the 2 laps left, so it's not time for last lap challenge just at the moment. Come down the hill.
Will Howard's back on him though, isn't he?
He really is. Yeah, he hasn't taken long to pluck it up. I'll tell you what, behind these two, actually, it looks like Steve Costin and Bill Harris are having their own good little scrap. Oh, sorry, Steve Costin is well ahead of Bill Harris. Sorry, I've got the bikes mixed up there, folks.
I think that was Jack Noble there, who's just been shown the high line by one of the tail enders. That means that it drops him back behind Mitch Ducran, actually. So that drops him 1-2 positions for Jack Noble on the Graham Hill Bend section of the circuit.
That's lack of experience, but here's some experience, only a year under his belt, and no, Harris can't challenge Harris there at Paddock Hill Bend. Harris has been strong in the Paddock Hill all weekend, hasn't he, mate?
Certainly is. Only 1 lap to go as well as they make the way up towards Druids, and their time is starting to run out for Will Howarth.
We finish with the back markers. Howarth looking for the outside pass. That's a brave move around the outside of Druids. Can he hold it all the way down the hill? He's certainly going to challenge at Graham Hill. He must surely go for the gap. No, he doesn't. He can't quite manage it there. Has he lost a bit of momentum? He's certainly lost a few bike lengths. Up we go towards Surtees then for the last time. I don't think Will's going to make it a daily double here. Up we go towards Clark Curve. Off we come of Clearways. Oh, I tell you what, Will's got some drive though. He's going to push as hard as he can. He's looking for an outside pass. Is he going to pick up a toe and do it to the line? Will Howarth on Ronnie Harris. Side by side stuff over the line. Literally a bike length in it. And unfortunately, the bike length goes to Ronnie Harris, who makes it 3 wins. Fastest lap of the race, unsurprisingly, on the last lap there, a 51.066 from Howarth, but Harris does a 51.076. Steve Costin hangs on for a very solid 3rd place ahead of Brian Mayer. As what's happened to Billy Harris? Oh, you said he went wide, didn't he? Yeah, and he's lost 2 places on that.
Yeah,
Kev Lilly has come across the line in 6th. Then it's Mitch Ducran. It looks like Jack Noble's hung on to the lead ahead of Rob Bryant and Wibley in the rookies, who actually finished in 8th, 9th and 10th. Where has Mr. Dowd's gone?
He came into the pits with a lap or 2 to go.
Okay, no problems at all. There we go. Sales, Johnson, Eggington, Healy, Siggins, Wolf, Parsons, Lindsay, and Carver.
I just got a message from Toby Reynolds, actually, who you may remember from Rookie 600s. And you can say it looks like he's got Steve Costin and Martin Siggins that he's helping out as well. So that's a podium, 2 podiums for him, actually, on that Steve Costin number 33 machine. And then Martin Siggins as well, 12th position in this particular race. So good stuff there for Steve Costin, Martin Siggins, and of course Toby Reynolds, who's looking after those 2 guys as well.